Community Shield gone, and tough start, disappointing. It is a Community Shield. There's a jinx out there. If you win it, you generally don't win anything at all in the league or any trophies. However, need to chop that up. Need to talk about the game. Need to talk about potential signings and potential leavers. And Friday, start the season. Bournemouth, Lights, Anfield, 8 o'clock. Chop this up after this. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are around the world, LFC fans. So look, Community Shield, Charity Shield, whatever you want to call it. Crystal Palace, disappointing, 2-2 and out on penalties. I think it's one of those games where, to some people, it means nothing. They don't care. So what? There's a jinx out there, and a lot of people say that jinx, that if you win, more recently, you don't win anything this season. So you take that. Then you've got the other side where actually you want to win everything. You want to win the Community Shield. You want to win everything. And you want to start as you mean to go on. And it's about sort of perspective in either way, I suppose. But when you look at it, for me, looking at the game, nice to see aspects of potentially what we'll see in the season. So I thought Wirtz joining, link-up play, getting into space was excellent. For me, it was very disappointing to see the lack of connectivity from midfield. So we had Jones and Szoboszlai, and to be honest with you, let's be honest, those two are not the most creative, and they don't link play well. At times, they'll get the ball, especially Jones. I think there's one example in the first half, got the ball. The easy pass was to Wirtz, who was then free to then bomb on, didn't make it. So I presume that'll be things they'll be working on a training pitch. But it's nice to see Wirtz. Just the player glides on the pitch. It's so nice to see a player. I'm sure he's two-footed. Just gets the ball, jinx, and into space. He knows how to find the space. He knows how to cause the dangers. And as we saw in the goal, he knows how to create that pass. Ekitike, a tall Firmino. He's very tall. But some of his play was really, really good. He's very strong, very aggressive. You want that in number 9. And he's got some skill. His goal was well taken. I mean, the intention was right. He was going for that side. Wasn't probably hit as well as he wanted to. But all the aspects was there. The swivel was there, everything. His combining play with Gakpo and Wirtz was really, really good. Really good. And if that's what we're going to see going forward this season, and obviously we'll talk about Isak's situation, then we've got a good signing. We've got a very good signing. And I really want to see what he does in the Premiership this season when he gets space and he runs at plays, etc., etc. He also drops deep, combines in the defence and midfield, and then gets back up. That's like a Bobby Firmino, tall Bobby Firmino. But I thought he played really well, and when he came off, it was quite obvious that it impacted our game. Salah was a bit disappointing. You can always tell when Salah's had a bad game because it means to go on as it starts. And then led up to obviously the penalty miss, which again, I kind of knew would be missing a penalty. Look, we know what Salah does. We know he's going to get us 20-something plus goals this season. So nothing to worry about there. Yeah, for me, in a way, if Salah's being marked so tightly, this space other sides of the pitch will find in games. So look, we're going to come at teams from different angles. Last season, it was a lot of the time was Salah get the ball and Salah's a creative force. What we're looking for now is Salah's a creative force, but if Salah's marked, Wirtz is a creative force. Gakpo is a creative force. Ekitike is a creative force. We have different options. Yeah, we have different options that we can use, and make teams guess rather than be so simplistic and so obvious. So I look forward to seeing sort of what the coach does with that. I don't think this game we can really say we've seen what Liverpool's going to be. Crystal Palace came back both times. I kind of felt they were going to do it. Just felt obvious to me that we're going to end up losing on penalties the way it was going. So that was disappointing. But, I suppose I was disappointed with the defending. Virgil, okay, let's be honest. Not many times can we criticise Virgil. Not many times as our, El Capitano, can we criticise his performance. I think he would admit he did have a great performance. And both goals had his fingerprints on it, obviously. However, El Capitano will be fine. El Capitano will do what he does in a season. And hopefully we'll have a strong defence and we'll have consistency in terms of performance. So I have no problems there. I think people need to get off his back a little bit. I mean, we don't have many performances that are poor from Virgil. But we know he's getting older. We know the pace is going to be a little bit off a little bit. Just didn't like this high line we're doing. I feel obviously that's probably instructions from the coach, but wasn't too happy with the high line. I would have liked to see Rio play. It was a bit disappointing not to see him. Jones was okay. I just wish Jones lets the ball off a bit quicker. Sometimes Gakpo's the same, holding the ball a bit too long. But look, Crystal Palace is a decent team. Guehi's in the team. Potentially there's Liverpool signing there. Rumours about the next bid's gone in, and also rumours about he'll be just going for free next season. So but I think we clearly need defenders. We need another defender to go with Konate, Guehi, and our new signing, which will lead on to talk about transfers. Leone from Italy, 18-year-old, looks like he's built as hell. Very aggressive, typical Italian defender. Which is what we need, and looks like potential one for the future. About 24, 25 million. Clearly, Hughes knows what he's doing. Clearly, we're getting there quickly, which I like. I like that. If we see a player and we know that player's going to be potentially good, let's get him in. So, same way Brighton do, and Brighton get players in from all around the world and sell them on for high value. Yeah, this player could be something special. At least it strengthens our defence, which we need with the loss of Kwanzaa. So I look forward to seeing what this player will do. Obviously now we lost Nunes, so he's gone to Saudi. All the best, well done Nunes. You didn't let us down. You could have scored more goals, but and funny enough, your first game in Saudi, you bang it in. So good luck to you, and I think you're a man of honour. So let's bow down to you. Well done. I'm always going to be a Nunes fan. I just couldn't defend him all the time because just too many chances missed, and too many criticisms coming his way. But it's disappointing. But maybe we'll get Isak. So allegedly, the second bid's been made. Isak has stated that has no intention to play for Newcastle at all, which is great. And will Newcastle make him bench £100 million player and make him cheaper next season? Or would they go for the bid of maybe 124, 130 million, which is more rumoured now of add-ons? I think 130 million, let's do a deal and done. I have no issues with Newcastle's behaviour because at the end of the day, if this was us, we'd be moaning. If this is Liverpool, we'd have an issue. Do I like players throwing the toys at pram? I think we're where we are now. Players have power, but also clubs do the same thing. Clubs jettison players quite easily, so I have no issue here whatsoever. I just want to know a player wants to play for Liverpool, and we can get a good deal for him. And to honest, we can get a striker in Isak with chance that we saw in the Community Shield, where a couple of chances we should have really banged in. Let's go for it. We know what he delivers. We know what he can bring to Liverpool, and so I hope that deal is actually done. Guehi deal, I hope that deal's done as well. There's rumours about potentially getting close to the 40 million mark. I just don't see the sense in Crystal Palace letting him go free next season. They clearly want the money, so I think a deal will be done there. Rumours about Harvey Elliott at the moment in terms of Leverkusen, so it'll be interesting, or Leipzig, it'll be interesting to see if Harvey Elliott goes. I think we should be able to get £40 million for him. I think it'll be one of these ones, season's about to start. It'll be interesting. You never know. We may just hear some news over the next 24 hours about some other players leaving. I don't think many come in. I think it'd be maximum 2, maybe Isaac and Gay. But it'll be interesting to see if anyone else leaves the club, to bring more money to the coffers, to allow us to do what we want to do in the market, and balance the books, which we know FSG do like balancing the books. But this season, we'll give them credit. This season, they have put their money where they put their hands in their pocket and paid. I have no criticism for FSG at all this season for what they've done. They've gone monstrous, and it's funny how clubs are criticising Liverpool. If you still look at our net spend, it's still quite well done. We didn't spend last season, so, hats off, well done. Bournemouth, under the lights, 8 o'clock. Look forward to that. Look forward to see the starting lineup. Hope Rhea's on the bench. It'd be nice to see Rhea in the Charity Shield. That'd be nice. Penalties were awful. Oh, God, let me not start on the penalties. The penalties were crap, and I kind of felt it. I think maybe Mo needs to come off penalties. I just don't get the vibe with Mo on penalties at the moment, especially when it's, tight, competitive matches. That's quite important. Okay, we can say Community Shield's not important, but, it's a cup game. It's a cup final, if you want to look at it that way. Please let me know what you think. Let me know what potential signings you think may be coming or going. Click on notification, like and subscribe, and probably do a little pre-match chat with you tomorrow before the game, and hopefully get the 3 points. It'll be so good to see Liverpool crack on as we mean to go on. Chelsea, I think, is a dangerous force. They've looked it. Tottenham played pretty well yesterday against PSG, but lost in the end. Should have kept on that 2-0 lead. So I think we've got some teams out there. Arsenal going to be pretty strong. Man United have made signings, and they've got potentially potent strike force. Let me know what you think. Look forward to this season. We're back.